Hello students, how are you all? Let's start with a new chapter, acids, bases and salts. In this video, I'll explain types of acid-base indicators and the chemical properties of acids and bases. Before we proceed, let's see what are acids, bases and salts. Acids are the chemical substances which have a sour taste and they change the blue litmus to red. For example, HCl, that is hydrochloric acid. While bases are bitter in taste and these chemicals change red litmus to blue. For example, NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide. What about salts? Salts are chemical compounds formed by the reaction of acids with bases. For example, NaCl, that is sodium chloride. To know whether a substance is an acid or a base, we use acid-base indicators, or we call them just indicators. An indicator is a dye which changes color when it is put into an acid or a base. It gives different color in acid and base. Indicators are of three types. The first one is natural indicators. These indicators are obtained from nature like plants and other living beings. For example, litmus, which is obtained from lichens that belong to division Thallophyta of plants. It is originally purple in color. Other examples of natural indicators are red cabbage extract, colored petals of flowers like hydrangea, petunia and geranium. Second type of indicator is synthetic indicators. These indicators are prepared chemically, for example, methyl orange and phenolphthalein. Third, olfactory indicators. The substances whose smell changes in acidic or basic solutions are called olfactory indicators. For example, onion and vanilla extracts. Now let's understand chemical properties of acids and bases using different examples. First example is of reaction of acids with metals. For this, 5 ml of dilute sulfuric acid is taken in a test tube and a few pieces of zinc granules, which is a metal, are added to it. A gas starts evolving, which is passed through the soap solution taken in a trough with the help of a glass tube. We will see gas bubbles in the soap solution. To test the gas release as bubbles, we will bring a burning candle near the bubbles. The gas will start burning with a popping sound. It means hydrogen gas is formed as hydrogen gas burns with popping sound. So we conclude that when acids react with metal, salt and hydrogen gas is formed. Let's check what happens when a base reacts with metal. For this, a few pieces of zinc granules are taken in a test tube and 2 ml of sodium hydroxide, which is a base, is added, and this mixture is heated. As the air bubbles begin to evolve, they are also passed through the soap solution like the previous experiment and tested by bringing burning candle near to the bubbles. This gas burns with a popping sound, means hydrogen gas is evolved here also. But such reaction don't take place with all metals in case of bases. Second example is of reaction of acids with metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates. For this, 2 test tubes are taken. 0.5 gram of sodium carbonate is taken in one test tube and 0.5 gram of sodium hydrogen carbonate is taken in the other. Now 2 ml each of HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, is added to both the test tubes. The gas produced in each test tube is passed through lime water, that is calcium hydroxide solution, which turns milky as carbon dioxide is evolved in these two reactions. That is, sodium carbonate plus HCl gives sodium chloride, that is NaCl, plus H2O and CO2. And in the other one, NaHCO3, that is sodium hydrogen carbonate, plus HCl gives NaCl, that is sodium chloride, plus H2O plus CO2. The reaction of CO2 evolved with lime water is as follows. CaOH whole twice, that is calcium hydroxide, plus CO2 gives CaCO3, that is calcium carbonate, which gives white precipitates, plus H2O. If excess of CO2 passes into lime water, then it loses its white color and becomes colorless, as the following reaction takes place. CaCO3 plus H2O plus CO2 gives CaHCO3 whole twice, that is calcium hydrogen carbonate, which is soluble in water. So the conclusion is all metal carbonates and hydrogen carbonates react with acid to give a corresponding salt, carbon dioxide and water. Third example we take of reaction of acids and bases. For this we take 2 ml of dilute NaOH solution, that is sodium hydroxide solution, and add few drops of phenolphthalein solution, which is a pink colored indicator, and turns NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide, pink in color. Now we add dilute HCl in the test tube containing NaOH drop by drop. As we add HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, into it, the color of phenolphthalein disappears. Now if we add a few drops of NaOH in this test tube, the pink color of phenolphthalein reappears. So, when an acid reacts with a base, their mutual effect is nullified, and this reaction is called neutralization reaction, as shown here. Base plus acid gives salt plus water, that is NaOH plus HCl gives NaCl plus H2O. Fourth example is of reaction of acids with metallic oxide. For this, we take a small amount of copper oxide in a beaker, which is a metallic oxide, and add dilute hydrochloric acid slowly while stirring. The black color of copper oxide turns blue-green after dissolving in HCl due to the formation of copper chloride, as shown here. CuO, that is copper oxide, plus HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, gives CuCl2, that is copper chloride, plus H2. Metal oxides, being basic oxides, give salt and water, like the reaction between acids and bases. Fifth example is of reaction of base with non-metallic oxide. Calcium hydroxide, that is CaOH whole twice, which is a base, when reacts with CO2, which is a non-metallic oxide, produces salt and water, like the reaction of acid and base. Here non-metallic oxide is acidic in nature, so it gives the same result as in the reaction of acids and base. That's all for now. See you soon.